In this episode, I'm going to take you through the 3 must-dos when it comes to new member onboarding inside of your membership so you can stop having a leaky membership bucket and snowball your income month after month. Welcome to the $1 Million Memberships Podcast, where we help entrepreneurs like yourself start, grow, and scale multiple 6- and 7-figure online memberships with simple, step-by-step strategies that actually work.
Your life is about to get so good.
Let's dive in. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the $1 Million Memberships Podcast. We've got an important topic today. I am just on a roll with talking about onboarding, and that's for a good reason. I'm going to take you through the 3 must-dos when it comes to your new members' first experience and the first steps that they're going to take once they get into your membership. And as an added bonus, at the end of this episode, I'm going to let you in on the secret that can actually determine if your member will stay long-term and truly feel part of your membership community, or if they're just going to feel really unattached, which will then result in them leaving. So this is a juicy episode today. Get your notepad out or whatever you take notes with these days, and let's get into it. So first things first, we are talking about the Start Here section today inside of your membership. If you're like, what the hell is a Start Here section? My girl, just to give it a real quick overview, a Start Here section is just simply a place inside of your membership where your new members are going to go as soon as they get into your community. So they're likely going to get an email once they sign up for the membership. Once they actually submit their payment, they'll get an email. Inside of that email, there's going to be a login for your new member to get into your community, wherever it is that you're hosting your membership. From there, we want every single membership. It doesn't matter if you're a low ticket membership, a high ticket membership, whatever. Everyone needs to have a Start Here section. So what we're going through today is what actually needs to be included inside of that Start Here section. So tip number 1 when it comes to your Start Here section is we want to make it easy to find. We don't want it hidden anywhere. We want it super easy to find. And if you have to tuck it into modules, which is pretty normal, then you want to make sure that you have something that when your members come into your community for the first time, it's right in their face of like, this is where you find the Start Here section. This is where you go next. Okay, very, very important. We want to make it as easy as possible for your members. Now, let's get into actually what needs to be included inside of this section. So there's 3 core pieces. Number 1, the first piece that needs to be there is kind of what I had mentioned before. There needs to be something showing them how to navigate, where to actually go next. So this could be go to the Start Here section located here, or you're here. Welcome. Here's the first thing you got to do. And that is always navigating them to wherever your Start Here section is. Okay. Next, inside of the Start Here section, number 2, you're going to have a welcome video. This video is simply going to welcome them into the membership, making sure that they feel really celebrated. There's a connection piece there because they see you. And then inside of that video, you just want to make it super quick, super digestible, where they get their first win pathway. Your first win pathway is just simply the first 3 steps or so that they're going to take next as they are getting integrated into your community. You can also do a super quick navigation of the membership platform itself, showing them where they go for support, where they go if they need any help with anything, where they go for any modules, trainings, resources, where they go to find the meetups, anything like that they need to get started inside of your membership super easily. We want to keep this video short. It can be very tempting to make it very long. You want to give the most information possible, but remember, people are already not likely to watch a video if it's over 2 minutes long. If you really actually want to help your members integrate, remember that and know that if you have a video that is 10 minutes and it gives everything they need to know, they're likely not going to watch it anyways. So keep it short, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. And if you listened to last week's episode, so the episode right before this one, you know exactly why. I talk about how onboarding actually lasts for 30 days, not just in that first day. So you do have 30 whole days to keep dripping out information to them. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I definitely recommend going and listening after this one. Number 3, and this is where we actually break it into more steps. Number 3 is where you really are going to make or break the member retention here. This is where they are going to either feel really motivated or really ready to dip out. This is your first win pathway. So basically what your first win pathway is 2 to 3 steps of 5 to 10 minute tasks that build momentum right away. Why we want to do this is because we want our new members to feel like they're already making progress inside of our membership. They already have something to do. They really feel good about their investment. The worst thing that you can do is have a new member join your membership, watch a welcome video, and then just like have to wait until the next meetup or try and get through the modules if you have modules or whatever else. That's just the worst onboarding experience ever. They're likely going to get bored before it's even time for them to actually have real connection with you on a call. So this is actually going to get them to feel motivated, feel like they're getting somewhere, feel like this was a really great investment and worth their time. So let's actually get into now what should be inside of this first win pathway, because these, you don't just want to make them any tasks, and you have to be really careful. You don't want to make these tasks too overwhelming where your new member just feels like, holy shit, this was too much. This was way too, I bit off way more than I could chew here. And you don't want to make it too underwhelming where they're just like, oh my God, I'm not a preschooler. This is ridiculous. Okay. So 5 to 10 minute tasks that build momentum. Here is what I recommend you do. Take notes, because these ones, like, this is just, it's simple, but it's gold. So take notes here. First task that I recommend you have inside of this is an intake form. This is just kind of a standard. You want to make it something though that's not super long. It's not super short. You don't want to make it all long written word, and you don't also want to make it just all multiple choice. You want to have a little mix up of them all. So not only does this really just help your member brain dump everything that it is that they're wanting to get out of your membership or really reflect on why they joined the membership. This kind of gets them just excited and integrated to be part of your membership. But this also gives you really good market research, right? It tells you what people are wanting to work on, why they joined your membership, where they found you, all of those things. If you send out any gifts or anything like that as part of your membership, maybe if you have a more mid-ticket or high-ticket membership, then you can collect addresses and just like all of the mailing details and things like that. So it gets not only you the information you need, but it also gets your client excited of like, oh my gosh, I'm starting this new journey. Very exciting. The second thing I really recommend you put inside of your first win pathway, first 3 initial steps for them, is to post their introduction and connect with another member. This, do not ever leave this one out. This is like a 100%, like when I'm teaching this inside of my membership, $1 Million Memberships Club, this is one that I'm like, we do not leave this out. This is a non-negotiable. This is in every single one of your onboarding processes. But what this is it's very simple, straightforward. You want to have an area inside of your community that is really dedicated to introduction. So dedicated to people's new introduction posts. And how I recommend you do this is you have a template for them of things that they want to say, whether that's what is your name, where do you live, what are you excited for inside of this membership, why did you join the membership, what do you do, whatever you want to put in there, just get them to really get excited about posting about themselves. Post a picture and then giving questions or prompts of what they can say so they don't overthink it too much and it just becomes something that it's exciting. They post in there. Then the next step that you want to have is to then, after they've posted, to go and find someone else, scroll through the other introductions. That's why it's important to have this in one spot, in a dedicated space for introductions. Scroll through the introductions, see someone that you have something in common with or that you'd like to connect with, and go post on theirs. Comment on their post, connect with them. This is absolutely crucial. Member-to-member connection is what makes a membership. A membership is not about people connecting with you. That is the biggest mistake inside of memberships, is going from being used to posting on social media where everyone's commenting on your post and everyone's engaging with you, a membership is the opposite. A membership, you want your members engaging with each other. So it's not going to create that type of culture in your membership per se, but it does get the ball rolling to create that kind of culture inside of your membership. If you are part of $1 Million Memberships Club, you know that we have an entire engagement and creating the vibe within your community template where it's basically like a cart. We call it a la carte, where you can go through and find different ways to get your members to engage with each other. We have tons and tons of examples, like pages of examples to choose from. So if you're listening to this and you're inside $1 Million Memberships Club, that is your reminder. Go find that template if you're struggling with people engaging in your community. And if you're not inside $1 Million Memberships Club, you can go to the link in the show notes and you can get on the wait list, or if you're listening to this when we're open, you can get your butt in there before we close again. And the third thing I recommend having in your first win pathway is to have them now, after they've filled out the intake form, they've posted their introduction post, now have them go do something that's actually getting them momentum in whatever it is that your membership is for. So maybe there's like a 5-minute challenge that you have set up inside of your membership. Maybe there's a checklist that they need to go download and complete the first 3 things on it. Whatever it is, something that's not going to be, again, too much. You want to make it 5 to 10 minutes max, but something that's actually going to be relevant to why they joined that membership in the first place. That is huge. So this first win pathway is something we do not mess around with. These are the things that I really recommend having inside of there. And another tip that I have for the first 48 hours or first week that your new member is in there is you want to have something set up where you're recognizing them immediately. So someone posts their intro, make sure you're in there welcoming them and commenting on it, giving it some love, or they complete your challenge. Make sure there's an automatic badge that comes up or something where it's really recognizing their efforts, congratulating them for taking these first steps. Maybe you have a community manager in there really monitoring people's first weeks and making sure that they're really hyping them up. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that that recognition is really high, especially in their first 48 hours, first week of them being inside of the membership. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I said that I would let you in on the secret that can determine if your members are going to stay long-term and really feel part of your community or if they're going to dip out. That secret, we've actually kind of already covered it, but that secret is you have to, this is a non-negotiable, you guys, non-negotiable. You have to get your new members to connect with other members right away. You have to, whether that's getting them into an accountability pairing, whether that's, again, having them comment on someone's introduction post, whether that's following up with them within 48 hours of them being inside of the membership and saying, hey, I just read your intake form. Here's who I think would be such a good person for you to meet. I would love to connect you to. And then you connect them right there in the community. Again, that's something that you can do or a community manager can do as part of your monitoring tasks. It's just so important. That actually, there has been studies inside of memberships that can literally predict if a membership is actually going to make it long term. And the number one deciding factor, if members are connecting and communicating with each other. It is absolutely huge. It doesn't matter if you have a low ticket membership, high ticket membership, whatever. Every single membership, group program, membership mastermind, that is what's going to get people to want to stay. Hope you loved this episode. I love delivering it. This is such an important topic, and I will see you next Monday for another episode.